So sitting in this seat for the first time, having the lights on me, having a proper background, seeing a camera that's fancier than anything I've ever used, made me question, am I sitting in the right seat? Do I know what I'm doing here? But that's just imposter syndrome. And that's the way it works. It's normal. It's actually been a really fun day, and I've got to have a lot of fun in front of the camera. So here are 5 ways that I overcome my imposter syndrome and might help you too. Number 1, create your highlight reel. Connect to your past successes. You're doing this for a reason. You're here because something went well. Make sure that you identify what that is. For me, I keep a folder in my email, and every positive email I get, I put right in there. I also copy and paste kind messages I get outside of emails into a Google Doc. It's like a giant testimonial that just keeps going. The longer I do this, the more it expands, the more it reminds me that I'm exactly where I belong. Number 2, normalize imperfection. Be perfectly imperfect. Things are not going to go exactly the way you thought they would. You might stumble over a word. You might stumble over a word. You might struggle with a decision. That doesn't negate all the good work you did to get here. And oftentimes, it's not what people remember. They're going to remember the impact, and they're going to remember the value you had. So be perfectly imperfect and embrace your imperfection. Number 3, focus on the journey. The destination can be so appealing. You can just so desperately want to be at the end that you forget to enjoy the steps along the way. You might definitely forget to celebrate them. I know that I do. But give yourself credit where it's due. Adjust when you need to, but don't forget that the journey matters as much as the destination. Because once you get to the finish line, you're going to start another race. So don't forget to have a little bit of fun along the way. When I was a manager with Adidas, running our flagship store in downtown Toronto, I don't know if I've ever worked more hours and had more input from outside influences. At the time, Adidas was trying to put Toronto on the world map with cities like Tokyo and France and London. They call them key cities, so there was a lot of pressure to be there. I was lucky to have a really wonderful crew of leaders. We worked so hard. We worked together on every little thing. It was a collaborative journey that had us working 12, 13, and 14-hour days, working overnight, setting up installations in the store, all in an effort to show how great we could be. I've never worked harder or more consecutively. I've never been more frustrated. I've never been more annoyed, but I also don't know that I've ever had that much fun at work. I had good leaders around me, wonderful people to share the experience with, and we really got to solve some key issues that were happening in that store and put ourselves on the map. It was a lot of fun, it was a lot of work. And there was no destination. The store had to keep churning along. We had to keep trying to get better and keep doing more. So it was really important to enjoy that journey, celebrate the success along the way, and not get bogged down by failure or by how much work we had to do. We had to have fun or we wouldn't have survived. Number 3, assume positive intent of yourself and of the people around you. Nobody's here to see you fail. More often than not, people want you to succeed, and you want to succeed. So keep that in mind. Switch those negatives to a positive whenever you can. I understand that sounds hard. Remember, if you assume positive intent, you're looking for a positive outcome. Doesn't mean you'll always get one, but you'll be amazed what can happen when you assume positivity. And last, be genuine and be authentic. Don't fake who you are. You've heard before, fake it till you make it. I don't necessarily agree. It's catchy and it rhymes, but faking it for me makes my imposter syndrome way worse. I'd rather do the work, be myself, and try and get better than I would being a fake. So instead of faking it till you make it, be yourself, be authentic, do the work, and you'll be all right. One of the reasons imposter syndrome can be so consuming is it's really hard to give yourself feedback. Often we're way harder on ourselves than we are on someone else. You wouldn't say what you say to yourself to someone who works for you, or most of us wouldn't. That's why I love one-on-one coaching. We can really dig in, help you set goals, get really clear on your leadership voice, and celebrate your successes along the way. If you're looking to grow and develop your unique leadership voice, I'd love to come along for the ride and be that other voice that's helping you through your imposter syndrome.